All right, boys, gonna go ahead and dive right into it. This is the blitz that we are gonna be breaking down in this video. As you can see, it is a three-man blitz that will come looping a gap directly up the middle. Now, there are counters to this, mainly running play action, and also blocking a running back and sliding will be able to pick this up. Once again, it is only a three-man blitz, so you kind of take what it is, right? Now, to actually run this blitz, the blitz itself is going to be called Cover 1 MLB Blitz. We are in the formation 4-3 even 6-1, and we are calling this flipped. Now, to basically guarantee that you do not run this, incorrectly, you want to make sure that your auto flip is off. As long as your auto flip is off, your auto alignment should go to base align, and then you can set whatever zone drops you want, right? So if you want zone drops to be 25s and 5s, whatever the case may be, you can do that, right? So if you don't know if you called this play flipped, you're looking at the safeties. The one that is in the deep blue needs to be on the right side of the field, right? So you are looking for this right here, right? As long as he is the safety that is in the deep blue, you are good, right? Now, we're going to call this, going to show this against just a 5-out right here. Now, the setup is pretty simple. You do want to shift your defensive line, crash them to the left. You then want to spread your linebackers, QB contain, and you want to move this middle linebacker that's blitzing in between the guard and the tackle. So pretty much just right on top of the defensive end. Now, once you do that, you are then going to zone out your defensive ends, right? So to make a three-man blitz, you're going to zone out the defensive end to the left and the defensive end to the right. Now, by sending a three-man version of this, you're going to get a gap heat that looks like that, right? So it comes in, it's very good. It is not 100% consistent. I would say that it is really good if they are sending 5-out, so against somebody that runs a lot of 5 wide, or if they're just one of those people that refuses to block a running back, right? It's going to force them into play action plays and stuff like that to pick this up. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some other things you can do out of this, right? So if you don't want to manually move that linebacker, you can shift your linebackers to the right, right? So now you would shift your linebackers to the right. D-line would go to the left. You're shifting them left. You're crashing them left. You're QB containing, and then you are still zoning out those defensive ends, right? So that puts the linebacker pretty much where he needs to go. The only difference is now you lose the, mix up in terms of, are you sending that outside linebacker on the left? Are you sending a 6-man blitz? You're pretty much forced into only running this version, right? But as long as you do, you should see you still getting that A-gap pressure, whether you just shift your linebackers right or if you manually move him. So me personally, I like to manually move him, but there will be people that, just come to the line, smash their hike button, and, look to highball some wild stuff, right? So, like, there's people that you can't manually move players against. It's understandable. You don't have to manually move him. If you want, shift your linebackers to the right. So, there are other things that we can do out of this in terms of guaranteeing pressure against both play action and blocked running backs. I am going to be breaking that down as long as this blitz survives the patch tomorrow. There is a pretty big patch that is supposed to hit. I believe they're adding 800 plus plays. I'm sure they're going to change some of the blocking logic, although they didn't mention it in their notes. So there's going to be a lot of stuff for us to lab starting tomorrow or today by the time you guys see this video. So yeah, looking forward to being back on Madden. We got all these zero chill stuff getting thrown out the window. Hopefully on the 9th, a lot of those players are overpowered with all the zero AP abilities. So I'm looking forward to getting back into a less ability-filled Madden, and we'll see how it goes. I think this blitz has a lot of potential when you start scheming the whole thing together. A lot of you guys probably already know about the defensive tackle A-gap that people do out of this formation. You have easy edge heat to both sides. You have the ability to sit in whatever coverage shell you want, specifically out of New England's playbook. That way you have your cover 4, your Tampa 2, you got cover 1, you got 2-man under, you got everything you could possibly need. And yeah, now you have a looping A-gap blitz that will come in against anybody sending 5-out. As I mentioned, if they were to run play action or block a running back, right? So we'll go block this running back right here. There will be ways for them to pick this up. So this is not like an end-all be-all blitz, but you can go ahead and, get somebody to block a running back with you only sending 3 people, and you see, like, they're going to get, you know, they're going to still have decent pressure. It's like not going to be one of those things where they just have all day long. Overall, it's good, right? Like I said, this is, the very basics of the scheme. I will be breaking down the full scheme, as I mentioned, whether it goes on the Discord or if it goes on the website, if we drop more stuff here on YouTube. We'll figure out where we want to drop everything, but it's got to survive the patch first. And then, assuming it does, this is going to be the defense I run for last chance qualifier. And it's good. Like I said, it really is a good blitz in terms of being able to mix everything up. The only thing that I would say you really need to know about this blitz is you need fast defensive tackles. So you can see I've just got basic players that I have on my team. I've sold off the majority of it. But I went ahead and subbed in my 2 fastest defensive ends into the defensive tackle spots. If I had the ability to sub in outside linebackers, so like I would probably end up doing something like this where I would be subbing in outside linebackers at the defensive end spots because they're going to be dropping back into zone more times than not anyway. And then, you can put your linebackers here, right? There is a ability to get DBs in that spot if you guys are familiar with how this whole thing works. But for me, I don't think it's worth it. But yeah, overall, it's how it works, guys. It's a really quick, easy blitz to set up. Like I said, you don't have to zone out the defensive ends if you don't want to. You can send this, sending 5 people. Overall, it's cool. It's it's definitely something to mix in and run in terms of an overall scheme, right? So let me just kind of walk you through it. Like I said, if you don't want to go ahead and, zone out the defensive ends, you don't have to. You could send the 5-man version. You can see it becomes hard to roll out on. You do get good sheds that way. And you can mix and match, right? You don't, like I said, if you wanted to only zone out the guy on the right, you could do that. And you see it doesn't really change how this blitz works at all. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, guys. And hopefully you guys like this style of tip, right? So this is something you can definitely mix in. If you wanted to go ahead, zone out different players, you could do all of that fun stuff, right? So you don't have to leave everything as is. There you see you're getting the 3-man to come in, you're getting the 4-man to come in, the 5-man to come in. The blitz is going to work. Like I said, as long as they send 5 out, you should be good to go. If they do block running backs, we have the ability to counter all of that fun stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. With that being said, catch you guys in the next video.